Lewis Hamilton's move to Ferrari is already one of the biggest storylines in Formula One history. Just days before the Australian Grand Prix, the impact of the seven-time world champion is being felt inside and outside Maranello. But what's truly shocking, Charles Leclerc is already feeling the heat. In a recent interview, Leclerc couldn't hide his surprise at how quickly Hamilton has adapted to Ferrari's environment. According to him, Hamilton was already pushing the SF25 to its limits in his very first test, something that only the greatest drivers in history have been able to do. And that's not all. Leclerc has raced alongside legends like Sebastian Vettel and has battled Hamilton at the peak of Mercedes' dominance. Yet he admitted that Hamilton's relentless work ethic and obsession with detail are on another level. From day one, Hamilton has been in the simulator, working with engineers, analyzing every millisecond of performance, like a man on a mission. Is this just Leclerc being respectful, or is Ferrari's golden boy starting to realize that he might not be the _1 driver anymore? For years, Ferrari has built its entire project around Leclerc. The team tailored their cars to his aggressive, oversteer-heavy driving style. But now everything is changing. Hamilton is already influencing key areas of the SF25, from cockpit adjustments to aerodynamic refinements and power unit optimization. What does this mean for Leclerc? He may have to adapt to a car that no longer fits him perfectly. And history has shown that when a team has two elite drivers, tensions rise. Will Ferrari truly allow both to fight freely, or will we see early signs of favoritism as the season unfolds? Right now, Leclerc insists that Ferrari is bigger than any driver and that there's no internal battle for the #1 spot. But let's be honest, history says otherwise. If Hamilton outperforms Leclerc in the first few races, the pressure on Ferrari to choose a lead driver will explode. And with Hamilton's experience, championship pedigree, and political influence, Leclerc might find himself fighting an uphill battle within his own team. Hamilton is stepping into the unknown. Unlike previous years where he started the season as the favorite, this time, Ferrari is the underdog. While the SF25 has shown promising improvements, Red Bull and McLaren still seem to have the edge. However, Hamilton's influence could be the game changer Ferrari desperately needs. His legendary ability to extract performance from any car, his racecraft, and his tire management skills could be the difference between Ferrari staying in the fight or falling behind. And let's not forget, Mercedes built their dominant era around Hamilton's feedback. Could Ferrari be doing the same? If so, Leclerc has every reason to be concerned. The Australian Grand Prix will be our first look at how Ferrari stacks up against Red Bull and McLaren. If Hamilton's feedback has already transformed the car, we could see an immediate fight at the front. But if Ferrari still struggles with tire degradation, balance issues, or inconsistency, it could signal that there's still a long road ahead. And then there's the biggest storyline of all, the Hamilton versus Leclerc dynamic. If both find themselves fighting for the podium, will Ferrari allow them to race freely? Or will we start seeing early signs of strategy calls favoring one over the other? Ferrari's ambitions extend far beyond just a strong result in Melbourne. This season is about proving that they can be real title contenders again. If they start strong, they'll send a message to Red Bull and McLaren that they're back in the fight. But if they falter early, expect their rivals to capitalize instantly. For Hamilton, this isn't just another season. It's his chance to prove that his move to Ferrari was the right decision. He has repeatedly said he feels reinvigorated in this new environment, but now it's time to show it on the track. Will Hamilton transform Ferrari into a title-winning force again? Will Leclerc fight back and reclaim his status? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari has shaken up the F1 world, and with just days to go before his debut race in red, the seven-time world champion has opened up about his new teammate, Charles Leclerc. But while Hamilton praises Leclerc's work ethic and dedication, how long will the mutual respect last? After 53 days of immersion in Ferrari's world, visiting Maranello, testing in Fiorano and Barcelona, and completing pre-season in Bahrain, Hamilton has finally stepped into enemy territory turned home. He admits that adapting to Ferrari's culture was a major shift, but one surprise stood out: Leclerc's work ethic. What surprised me most about Charles? I'd have to say his work ethic. It was really great. I didn't know that before because you don't see what happens behind the scenes, but it turns out his method isn't that different from mine. Hamilton revealed in the season-opening press conference in Australia. Hamilton didn't stop there. He went as far as calling Leclerc Mr. Ferrari, a name that perfectly reflects how deeply the Monegasque has been embedded into the team since 2019. But here's the real question. Does Hamilton truly admire Leclerc's dedication, or is he subtly reminding everyone that experience and results matter more than loyalty? For years, Leclerc has been the face of Ferrari, a driver who embodies the Scuderia's hopes of returning to championship glory. Fans adore him, and former teammate Carlos Sainz recently reinforced his status. Nobody needs to question his talent and speed. Everyone knows it. He's doing an incredible job and is part of Ferrari's recent growth. He has matured, he's comfortable, and he's ready to win. That's exactly what Ferrari fans want to hear. But here's the thing, Sainz was saying this as an ex-teammate. Now Leclerc shares the garage with one of the greatest drivers of all time. The biggest question on everyone's mind is, who will be Ferrari's true leader? Leclerc has tried to shut down any talk of an internal power struggle, claiming, no driver is bigger than Ferrari, that's what makes it special. Support is for the team, not an individual driver. That sounds great in theory, but let's be honest. When has Ferrari ever treated both drivers equally? Michael Schumacher had full control. Fernando Alonso dictated strategy. Even Sebastian Vettel, despite his struggles, was prioritized over Kimi Räikkönen. Ferrari has never been a team for equal opportunities, and if Hamilton starts outperforming Leclerc, the team will have to make a choice. Leclerc might say he's comfortable with all the attention on Hamilton, but if history tells us anything, that won't last forever. Hamilton is a proven championship machine. He doesn't just drive the car, he shapes it to his style. And guess what? Ferrari has already adjusted cockpit positioning, aerodynamics, and engine mapping based on Hamilton's feedback. If Ferrari continues down this road, Leclerc may soon find himself driving a car no longer designed around him. So what happens then? Does Leclerc adapt and fight for control, or will Hamilton's influence naturally push him into a number 2 role? And more importantly, will Ferrari be able to handle the tension when the inevitable on-track battles begin? The Australian Grand Prix isn't just another season opener, it's a statement race. If Leclerc wants to maintain his authority at Ferrari, he needs to beat Hamilton on track now. But if Hamilton comes out swinging and immediately asserts dominance, Ferrari may have no choice but to shift focus toward the driver who has done it all before. Who will be Ferrari's real leader? Will Leclerc keep control, or will Hamilton take over? Drop your thoughts in the comments. While several top drivers already have their seats secured for 2026, Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri locked in until 2027/2028, George Russell's future remains uncertain. His current Mercedes deal, signed in 2023, expires at the end of 2025, leaving a huge question mark over where he'll be in 2 years. For most drivers, this would be the moment to push for an extension or explore new opportunities. But Russell, he's in no rush. The British driver insists that there's no urgency to sign a new contract. We're in no hurry. It's not like I'm desperate to sign a contract and the team doesn't want to keep me. According to Russell, the timing for negotiations simply isn't right yet. We want to wait and see how the season develops and how the car evolves for 2026. That's a fair approach on paper. But here's the problem. Formula One doesn't wait for anyone. In an era where top drivers are securing their futures early, waiting too long can leave you without options. Russell isn't just thinking about 2026. He wants long-term security. We're talking potentially about the next 3, 4, or 5 years of our lives. We need to take our time and carefully examine every aspect of a contract extension. That's a smart move, if Mercedes can actually return to the top. But what if the team's struggles continue? What if the 2026 regulations don't bring them back to championship form? Will Russell still be happy waiting? Meanwhile, Mercedes is in a tricky spot. With Hamilton gone and rookie Andrea Kimi Antonelli as Russell's teammate, the team needs stability. But if Russell doesn't commit soon, could they start looking elsewhere? The problem? Russell doesn't have many top-tier alternatives. Red Bull has only one confirmed driver for 2026, Verstappen, But would they take Russell? Ferrari and McLaren are already locked in with long-term deals. Aston Martin? Racing Bulls? The new Cadillac F1 team? None of these options offer a guaranteed path to victory. With limited seats at the front of the grid, Russell may find himself forced to stay at Mercedes, whether he likes it or not. Russell's wait-and-see approach makes sense, as long as Mercedes remains competitive. But if 2025 doesn't show real progress, will he regret not securing his future sooner? Is Russell making a smart move, or is he risking his future by waiting too long? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Stay ahead of all the F1 drama. Subscribe to Formula One News now and turn on notifications.